So this video is going to be a short summary of Chris Jericho's book that he had narrated by a different person. Best in the world. Absolutely. What, I'd have no idea. There's like 35 chapters in the book, and it's a good book, but every so often there's like this pause to insert the other book that he did prior to doing this one, and I'm like, dude, how many times are you gonna do this? Are you doing this for shits and giggles? I mean, shit. Talks about his early days in wrestling before he made it big. Talks about a brawl that happened between Big Show and Great Khali, and then before that, he ends up going into detail about what happened to Taker. Taker had his famous entrance, and he asked the pyro guy, hey, you're letting the pyro off too soon. You need to space it out. It's getting a little too close to me. I need you to tone it down a bit. Because if you don't tone it down, something's going to happen. And the pyro guy is like, no, it's just a draft. And Taker's like, no, it's not. So come for the match, the pods. Taker comes out. He does his usual entrance, but as he's doing his entrance, the pyro goes off too soon. And he gets burned. First, his face, his chest caught on fire. And then he went to go turn the opposite direction to kind of shield himself more. But pyro kept going off. And the second time the pyro went off, his coat caught on fire and he had to take it off. Literally rip it off of him. And then run down to get in his pod or get in the ring to do his part of the match. And Jericho's sitting in one of the pods waiting for his turn, to go against Taker, to have their little brawl for the pay-per-view. And Jericho's like, man, you okay? Are we going to be able to do this? And he's like, do we need to do anything else? And Taker's like, no, let's just go with what we got. So, but before they do their brawl, Taker's got water bottles. His crew is handing him water bottles so he can cool his chest off, because his chest was hot. It was on fire. And you could literally smell from the people that had been there, that had seen it. Everybody could smell Taker's burnt hair, burnt flesh. And he said, let's just go with what we got. So Jericho put him in the walls, was his chest up against the mat, knowing full well he's got a burn on his chest. And so they end the match with HBK coming to intervene to screw Taker over so that Jericho can get his title win, and build up that whole thing. And after that whole fiasco, Taker's in the training room talking with Vince and the other people that are helping Taker with this, because it's a very serious injury and all that. Chris comes in and he hears Taker. He say, Vince, I don't care what happens. I don't want to see the pyro guy ever again, because if I see him, I'm going to hurt him. Literally. I do not want to see him again. I do not want to, I don't ever want to talk about this again, because this was dangerous. And he's like, Vince is like, yeah, Taker, I got it. We're going to make sure he's never seen again. So they released the pyro guy. But after that incident, they were overseas, and Jericho was playing his heel character so realistically that the fans bought it. And so when he went to go overseas to do his segment, someone threw a D battery that's used for flashlights at Jericho's head. Jericho felt it. And he stormed out of the ring and got mad at the security, went back backstage and got mad at security. He said, where were you? You were supposed to be out there watching for this. And he's like, I just got hit with the fucking battery. Where the fuck were you? And Taker's right behind him. And he's saying to Chris Jericho, he's saying, you're not going to go back out there, are you? He's like, no. He said, do you think that's a good idea? No. Maybe. I don't know. Taker coaxed Jericho into going back out there and finishing his segment because Jericho was pissed and Taker was, all he could do is sit there and smile and say, yeah, that was the better decision. I mean, it's a great book, but it's a lot of putting in a different book title to try and get fans to buy the previous book that he did prior to doing this one. And I liked it, but it was constantly trying to bring in a different book title to get the fans to read it. And I mean, it's a good book, but if you know, I don't like the constant putting in of the different book title just to try to get fans to read it. I mean, fans know where to get the book. You know, we have bookstores and like online book apps that people can use to get that if they want to. It's a great book, but the only downside is he's having to talk fans into getting the other book that he wrote prior to doing this one. I mean, I love hearing behind the scenes stories of what goes on behind matches or what leads up to different feuds for different superstars. I would like to see more from other superstars as well. I mean, I've got Jericho, 2 books from Jericho. I got 1 from Lita. I mean, it's all good. It just depends on what you're into. And like I said, this is a brief summary. If I have the energy later on, I'll probably go deeper into this book title and talk about it some more. But I just wanted to do these brief summaries because I know I haven't been uploading as much. But yeah, this video is meant to harm or harass anyone. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.